Picture a man whose existence is so caught up in the world of knobs and buttons that he can't seem to get out of his own way. Where in a moment of weakness, he can't help but further indulge in the acquisition of more gear. And whilst unwrapping this package, he seems to have opened Pandora's box, which will ultimately be his gateway into the twiddle zone.
What was that? Oh, baby. Huh. From your friends at sourwater.com. Never heard of them. Why did they just burn like that? Alright. What's this? Free? Wait, there's something on the other side. Invoice. Your soul? Wait, what? Wait, what's happening to everything? What's happening to everything? The grandmother has mini keys. My Sub 37, it's got mini keys. They all have mini keys. No. 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 Greetings. On this year's very on-time Halloween episode, we take a look at one of the longest-lasting mini-synths in the market. Many of you minions have overlooked its power for some time. Is it a once-in-a-blue-moon creation, or just a clever clone? Will its sounds warm my cold heart, or will its icy-colored exterior chill my body to the core? Let's find out. Without any further ado, this is the Novation Mininova. Oh, and don't worry, this video isn't close to sponsored. I paid for the Novation Mininova all on my own. High interest credit card debt. Now that's scary.
Hey bro, you made that exact joke last year. Get original, dude.
Filing Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Now that's scary. The Novation Mininova has a similar mini key main panel akin to the microchord, which actually was released a decade earlier, except on the Mininova, they included a monstrous filter knob, which helps the undead grip and crank that cutoff with ease. It's well built and not any better or worse than I expected for the $400 I paid. All the connections you'd expect are here, and I want to state that the Mininova can get seriously loud if you crank the volume only halfway. Also, it's got a very good headphone output, so that's a bonus. The Mininova synth engine will send you to the madhouse. Up to 18 voices of polyphony, virtual analog waveforms, 20 digital waveforms, and 36 wavetables. Something that I love to see on a digital synth is filter choices, and they're here in spades. But more on that later. And before I forget, if you slither to the top left of the front panel, you'll see the input for a snake of a vocoder. You get a 12-band vocoder here, so while less than the 16 bands on the MS-2000B, you've got plenty of fidelity to haunt your house guests. So with all that the Mininova comes with, why didn't I pick up one in 2012? I was broke. But aside from that, the microchord has been out for some time, and I assume this was just the Sonic 06 of mini-synths. Plus, Jexus didn't have any demos for it, so if it wasn't good enough for Jexus, it definitely wasn't good enough for me. The Mininova is a blast to mess with, and up front, I'll give my subjective take on the sound of the Mininova. Overall, it's a crispy synth that doesn't sound dated, but rather modern. It's really better suited as a blank slate. It takes on a similar workflow to the microchord, the genre knob, and I'll be honest, it's not too off here. Yeah, some are like literally hip-hop lead, but it's more like hip-hop lead no one has used in 20 years, though I get it. being good at being exactly what you'd expect is what the Mininova is good at. So much on the Mininova can be adjusted, and man, you can have so many filters and effects in all different orders and configurations. Count them, 14 types of filters are up in here, consisting of 3 basic types: low pass, band pass, and high pass. You can run these filters in a single, a series, and parallel. And as well, you can have 5, yes, 5 effects loaded onto one patch, and you can change the order in which your source sounds is affected. Let's talk vocoding. You can honestly go nuts with the amount of features they included here, from vocoder spread to the level where the noise gate kicks in. The sibilance level can be adjusted, and seriously, this Mininova has the capacity to make bad to the bone vocoding sounds. Bonus though, the Mininova has the ability to be a vocal tuner, so basically a real-time devil of an auto-tune.
I think this vocoder sounds good. If you haven't tried it, you should.
The feature for me that sets the Mininova apart is not squarely in the pure power to price ratio, but also within these 8 animate buttons on the front panel. I think the presets they put per patch are amazing and a great starting point when you want to create your own. These seem to be great for a live setup, or if you're soloing and you want that perfect pitch bend. These are actually pressure sensitive as well, so this adds a whole other level of customization that really isn't apparent at first glance. Oh, and let me get real here for just a second. Just to get the Mininova working with MIDI and Cubase, I had to not only download the MIDI driver, but also had to do a firmware update. And guess what? Guess what happened? I bricked it. Yeah, this is the absolute worst nightmare for any hobbyist while working with hardware. For over 4 hours, I was updating and then restarting and then installing and then resetting, and nothing worked. Guys, I even had to use this. Do you even know what this is? I'm using the library in SysX, and I'm trying to install a 300 megabyte file for over an hour. And come to find out in the end, it was the freaking USB 3.0. And guess what? On my iMac, it only has USB 3.0 ports. Eventually, I hooked my eGPU with the Thunderbolt, and then I plugged into the only USB 2.0 port on the back just to get it working. And on the website, the fact should be stated in like 72 font that you shouldn't use a USB 3.0 port. Also, and with that being said, I give the Novation Mininova my final score of 8 counts of counting out of 10. When you tap into all the Mininova can actually do, it's almost like Novation made a deal with the devil, giving it unlimited power, but then incorporating the cheapest function slider from hell. Yeah, it's a digital synth, but the menu system is easier to navigate, and the buttons and LCD screen are so big it's like a weird toy. Though that's what's amazing. It's the most weirdly professional jank toy synth with the most incredible price to performance ratio I think I've ever played, and that's saying something. Add to that the freaking vocoder, and aside from the nightmare firmware upgrade that I swear almost made me cancel this whole freaking episode, this is probably the most functional, cheap synth I've ever used. And while the JDXi is still my absolute favorite budget synth, this Mininova is not too far behind. What's up, guys? So yeah, it's honestly my pleasure to do this every single year. Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I don't think there's any way I'd rather celebrate than making something that hopefully I could, bring my angry video game nerd flavor to a synth. I really do appreciate every single one of you who watches, and, you know, bringing the free content is something that I enjoy. So, you know, hopefully you're not sitting through too many Halloween ads or something for this, but yeah, I appreciate it. And I guess remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Halloween episode.